Hello there, nice to see you again. I'm going to talk to you about vinegar. Vinegar is fabulous stuff. We use it as a condiment. We also use it for cleaning. And just a little bit of a history, humans have been using vinegar for thousands and thousands of years. And in fact, the ancient Babylonians were the first ones to recognize it as not only a condiment, but its value in preserving food. The father of medicine, Hippocrates, he used it to restore the four humours in some of his patients. Blood, black bile, yellow bile and phlegm, to restore that to a harmony within his patients. If you were a Roman soldier, as part of your rations, you'd receive vinegar, which was mixed with water and sometimes a bit of honey. It was called posca. This was not a luxury. This was in order to keep them healthy. They used to sterilise or treat their water to make it drinkable. They'd sterilise wounds. They'd do all sorts of things with it. And we have available to us now many, many different types of vinegars, fruit, herb vinegars, all delicious. But today I want to show you how I use it to clean in my house. It's non-toxic, it's inexpensive, and it works. I clean my dishwasher. After I clean the filters, I like to also give it a bit of a clean internally. I will pour white vinegar into the receptacle that takes the dishwasher tabs, and a splash either in a bowl that you place up on the top rack or a splash in the bottom of the dishwasher itself. Then I run it without anything in it, and your dishwasher will smell brilliantly clean and it will be shiny and lovely. So that's one way. I use to clean my kitchen bench tops these beautiful microfiber cloths, and I change them, but at the end of the week I collect them all. I put them in a pot with some washing soda, some water and some white vinegar, about a half a cup of white vinegar. I then turn the heat on and I let that come to the boil. That will disinfect my cloths. I will boil them for about 5 minutes. Just watch it doesn't overflow, and then launder them as normal. You will come out with the cleanest, brightest cloths to reuse in the kitchen. No disposable cloths. You reuse these over and over again, and they're very, very clean. After you've wiped your benches over in the morning and you want to give your cloth a bit of a refresh, just some vinegar in some water. Let that soak for 10 minutes. That's warm water, and just then give it a rinse, dry it, and it's fresh for the next time you want to use that in the kitchen. I also use vinegar as an all-purpose spray around the house. I use it in the kitchen. I have plain white distilled vinegar. I use a couple of drops of my dishwashing detergent, and you can also add a couple of drops of essential oil. You just spray it down and then just clean the surface. It cleans everything up, it lifts the grease. You do, however, need to check what your bench tops are made from. If it's marble or anything like that, don't use the vinegar product on that, but other things are perfectly safe. The same all-purpose spray I use on my stainless steel, on the front of my microwave. I loathe fingerprints, etc. on them. I simply just clean them off and then give them a quick buff. My range hood, beautiful. Just simply spray over the top, wipe it, and that lifts grease, grime, anything. And look at that shine, that looks fantastic. I've recycled an old spray bottle and I use that as my window cleaner. I've put literally 1 drop of detergent and vinegar with a little drop of water, and that's how I clean my windows. I'm always doing this because I have a very slobbery boy, Merlin, shakes his head and deposits slobber everywhere. So this is always out, and it comes up just lovely. With a cloth or a bit of paper towel, dampen it with some vinegar and clean the inside of your fireplace glass. Look crystal clear so you can see that beautiful fire dancing in the light. Now, I'm one of these people that clean my shower whilst I'm in it, but before I hop in the shower, about 10 minutes beforehand, I use the same mix as I use in the kitchen. What I do is just spray it around and just leave it for 10 minutes before I hop in and clean it. Bring a scourer in. The vinegar actually cuts through some of the scum that's left on the tiles and the glass by the soap or body wash, shampoo, etc. So really good tip. And then I use the same mix to clean the outside. Buff it with a cloth and you've got a beautiful finish. Use white vinegar in the toilet. And also when cleaning the floors, especially around the toilet, use a cup of vinegar to hot soapy water and clean as normal. That will help in any odour, and your toilet or your bathroom will smell very fresh afterwards. In the laundry, to clean your washing machine, just add some white vinegar in the softener receptacle as well in the main wash receptacle, and just run it with nothing in it, no detergent. That will clean it out, and you run it on a cycle that's high. Go. Now you can also do the same thing when you wash your clothes. Use the vinegar as in the softener receptacle. That will take out any of the residue that might be left from soap that you use in your laundry. It's fantastic. If you use cloth nappies for your babies, I don't know how many people do that these days, but if you do, soak them in a bucket with a splash of white vinegar, then launder them with a cup of vinegar in the wash, because what that does, it gets rid of all the soap residue that might hurt little babies' bottoms. Their skin is very sensitive. I also use vinegar when I'm washing the dogs' bowls out after they've had their dinner. Do this after every meal. I wash it with warm soapy water, and I also add half a cup of vinegar. This will help remove any odours that may be present in the bowl after whatever they have for their dinner. Now you can do that for their water bowls as well. Just give it a really good rinse. Just a word of warning, if you do have cats and you're using this, cats detest the smell of vinegar. Make sure anything that you use for your kitties, give it a really, really good flush of water, give it a good rinse. But that's a very good way of keeping your pets' bowls clean. And when you keep their utensils clean, it helps with their health. Use white vinegar in your kettle to descale it. So you just pour in about half, or probably up to about half the way in your kettle. Top up the rest with water and boil it. Now be careful because it will froth up everywhere, and do that a couple of times, then let it sit overnight. Simply flush out your kettle the next morning with lots of fresh cold water, and you have a beautifully fresh, clean kettle without any water deposits. Use some vinegar in your hot soapy water when you're mopping your floors. Probably about half a cup to a bucket of warm soapy water, and that will help bring up your floors looking lovely. So there we have it. Vinegar is wonderful stuff. Thanks for being with me today. I hope I've given you some information about vinegar that you can use around your home. Save yourself some money. Marco says thank you as well. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Thank you for joining me today.